Okay, interview with Callum Donnelly after AFC Rushden Diamonds 4, Bedford Town 0. Callum, there's no real covering that up. That was not pretty and one of the worst performances of the season, wasn't it?
Yep, relegation on Saturday confirmed, and it felt like today no one turned up, me included. It just felt like a game that just passed us by. They're relegated as well, but you can see they wanted a lot more than us. I mean, firstly, apologise to the fans because they paid the money to come again, and that was, I think it's abysmal. That was the worst performance of the season, including the 8-1 against Tamworth. That was the way we played today was a joke. And as everyone from 1 to 15, and we've got to look at ourselves. Everyone's got to look at themselves this season. It hasn't been the best season we've had. There's not much more to say in that game. They've done their job. They wanted it more. A better side, much better than us. None of these got them fighting, even though they're relegated. They're fighting, and we just look dead, absolutely dead at the minute.
You say we look dead, and that certainly was the case in how we reacted, didn't we? From moment one, we had a lot of the ball, tried to create chances, huffed and puffed, you would say, and they've had 2 efforts in that first half and scored from both of them, and that's really put us on the back foot all the way through the game, isn't it?
Sounds like a normal game what we've done for the last 10 games. Have all the chances, we don't take them, and we're letting goals, and that's why we're down there, because we're not scoring. 8 games now, I think, without a goal. That ain't good enough. And then the goals we conceded, I mean, today weren't too bad, but we're still getting 2 goals. And they've had 2 shots on target, like I say, first half. We've had 4 attempts. I think the keeper's made 1 save. And that's where we're at the minute.
Are you able to put your finger on it then, into what is the issue?
With the goals?
No, just in general. Why we're in this position? Why even though we soldier on, but we can't perform?
It starts from the beginning of the season. It starts from that. I mean, Gary obviously got sacked. People make decisions on that. That's fine. Me and G come in for 3 games, and then the worst bit is that Paul Davis in charge. He come in, absolutely ruined the club, and I hope he's watching this because I seen a tweet yesterday about he knows the league. He don't know football. He's absolutely useless. He was the worst manager I've ever played under. Played 17 years. He absolutely killed the club in 3.5 weeks. And people can say, he can blame me, he had loads of games after that. He absolutely killed the club, killed the players' morale and everything. And then everything just went downhill from there. And I think not him alone, because obviously everyone else got to look at themselves, but that business at January has killed it.
And the morale never recovered from that?
No, we come back in at Bromsgrove and Hitchin, got the points. And even Leiston and Ilkeston, we've played well, but just letting the goals. And then people started jumping ship, or moving on, as you say. And I mean, it's up to them if they want to jump ship and do things. And some of the stuff we've heard from some players that have left, jump ship, don't want to play no more, not enjoying it. I don't think me and G enjoy losing every week and turn up and doing the things that we do behind the scenes. Along with obviously John, Gary, and Ben, obviously they've done their bits to help us through. But again, I don't know if there was after Paul Davis. It was very, very hard for us.
You know, it speaks volumes of the fact G stood over there at the moment. He's hurting so much he can't talk to me today. He doesn't want to react to it. You know, and when you've got, as I've said on many occasions, a calm, most modest man in football who's hurting as he has, and it's clear to see you're hurting as well. You know, this isn't a laughing matter for you guys on the pitch, is it? You know, it's not a case of you pick your money up and you play each week. It hurts for you both.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen G like that before. He's absolutely fuming over there. You put the camera over there, Dan. You can see him just literally on his own on there, and that's like I've never seen G like that. And he's hurting. He's a football man, and obviously we've tried our best in the last 10 games, or since we got to take it back over again. And like I say, certain players let us down. Certain things have let us down. There's like little things going around the club, and sometimes it's hard when you're just trying to get on. Just trying to get through it, and it has been hard, and it's been very hard for me and him trying to get players into a relegation battle. People think we're just sitting there when players are leaving. I mean, I've got 50 players that I've talked to don't want to come to a relegation fight, and it was hard. We've got 3 players in, they've helped us out, and then obviously you've got the loan players that we know. But it's just been hard for both of us, and obviously we'll take the brunt of it, because obviously he's in charge, I'm the assistant, so we've got to take the brunt of it. But I think we've been let down as well by players, management, higher up, everyone.
You feel as if there's been lack of togetherness throughout the club since the last,
Not togetherness. It's obviously people have their own different things what they want to say and do. Fans have their say. Some players have their say. Some of the board members have their say, and it's all been going different directions. And that's what I think last year wasn't. Everyone was on the same hymn sheet. This year, when you start losing, easy to say he done this, he ain't done that, he's not good enough, he's not good enough. Very easy. And I just think everyone's having a little nibble at everything. Even the players start to have a little nibble, and I think that's where we've gone. I mean, like I say, I think someone said in there, said last 3-4 games we haven't been in the team, and you can see we haven't been in the team. People doing their own individual stuff. Players want to do their own things. More worried about just turning up and going. Do they care about club? Some of them do, some of them don't. But you have to ask them that. I mean, I'll be here as long as I can be. Who knows what's going on next year? We just have to see who comes in and go from there. But obviously, we know where we are next year, step 4, and it's down to them to get the manager right to come in and pick up the players, or if he wants to keep any of them. I mean, because after that performance, including myself, I won't keep any of us.
And a reiteration that obviously it's not what the fans deserve. They've been home and away. They've sung. They've supported. We've had teams turn up to us over the course of the season that haven't brought as many people. It's a disappointing end for them as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean we've still got 3 games left to try and give them something to cheer about. But like I say, today, every week, even last week when we was losing against Redditch, they're singing their hearts out again. Even today, singing their hearts out. But again, how can you sing your hearts out when you have that performance? Absolutely. I would stand there and it was a terrible performance. And Jordan, you could like say slate me and G, slate the team. That's where we are at the minute.
But they must come along and get behind the lads for the last 3 games, mustn't they?
Yeah, I mean they'll always be here, won't they? They're loyal fans. They'll always be here. They was here. He was in like I've been here 6 years now. They've always been with us since, like I say, 6 years ago wasn't the best, and then last couple of years started getting to playoffs, and then obviously Gary coming last year, got us promoted, got back on. Everyone is even more fans, and then even this year, even I went 1 in 11, they're still getting 500, 600 at home. So you can't fault the fans or anything. What to say to them? Say whatever happens next year, stay with us or stay with us in charge, and whatever players are here, and hopefully you have a good time again.
And just finally, anything else that personally you want to add with regards to the situation?
No, I mean, it's just like I say, I think just from top to bottom, everyone's got to have a look at themselves this year. I mean, from very top to management, players, the board, even like stuff like the pitch and stuff like that, and the training ground. I mean, training on the back of the pitch ain't good enough. Little things that everyone can do better. I mean, because it hasn't really helped us this year. I mean, we are where we are because we haven't been good, and I think we haven't been good in all aspects of just not the football side, all aspects of it.
Burgers are right behind you, mate, so thank you very much for your honest and caring approach to it. So it's a disappointing end to the Easter weekend here at Haddon Road. We will see you at St Ives for the last away game of the season on Saturday. Otherwise, back at the Erie Tuesday and Saturday next week. You can get your tickets now for Baseford and Mickover at betfareagles.net.